Welcome to this edition of Chelmsford High School's Lion's Pride. I'm Steve Murray, principal of Chelmsford High School. Each month we celebrate 2 seniors from each house. We recognize these students for their academic success as well as their countless activities and programs that these students participate in that make Chelmsford High School one of the best high schools in the state. This recognition and show would not be possible without the generosity and support of the Chelmsford Rotary Club. They have sponsored this program for over 30 years. So without further ado, let's meet our deans and our students of the month. I'd like to introduce Dean Blagg from Hawthorne House to introduce his students of the month.
Thanks, Principal Murray. I'm really excited to introduce Abigail Kamara as our April Student of the Month. Abby is just a tremendous student who has been really involved in all facets of Chelmsford life. She's an accomplished student. She's taking 5 AP courses. She's a member of 3 different honor societies, the English Honor Society, the National Honor Society, the Science Honor Society. She really excels in the classroom, is a very dedicated student, very curious, loves to learn, but also has contributed in extracurriculars. She is the co-president of DECA. She's a vice president of our Black Student Union and a founding member. And she's also part of our mentor board that's been active with our freshmen for the past 2 years. She's going to go on to great things in college. She's looking, it hasn't decided yet, but she's looking to study business. Wherever she goes, she's going to be a huge success. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that's a nice segue. We're talking about business. So let's talk about DECA. What is DECA and what are you working on with it?
DECA is the Distributive Educational Clubs of America, and it's split into a few sectors with finance, business administration, hospitality, and entrepreneurship. I'm the co-president, and I help prepare our members for our district competitions every year. And we do that by trying to study business, doing some independent research on our own. Sometimes we make independent studies. We work on making different products and trying to pitch them together. And I just help with things like that. We also do role plays, practice role plays for our judges. And in general, we just talk about what it is to be to do good things in business and how to just bring yourself up to have confidence and do well in that area.
Has that experience, is that, the DECA experience beyond any courses that you took here, has that really helped steer your area of study for college?
Yeah, my freshman year I took business career pathways and I continued to take accounting and money smart, and I really think that those courses really helped me decide that I want to do business when I graduate from Chelmsford High School.
That's wonderful. One of the organizations that you helped found last year was the Black Student Union. You're vice president. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about what the organization is, why it came about, and what you've been doing?
So the Black Student Union is a place where all the Black students of Chelmsford High can come together and we play games, we talk about important issues, and we just kind of share the Black experience together, being a minority group in the Chelmsford High School. So basically what we're working on right now is we're just doing a bunch of group activities, trying to bond with each other, and we're actually on the brink of elections. So we're just talking about what it means to be a leader, how to be a leader, and just how to speak up for things that are important to you.
Excellent.
Great.
Good for you.
Thinking about your years here at Chelmsford High School, is there an adult or someone in your life that you could say, hey, they really helped me shape who you are today and made this experience worthwhile?
Probably my guidance counselor, Miss Leary. She's really helped me from my first day at Chelmsford High when I was choosing my classes, and she also helped me this year with all my college applications and deciding where I want to go. Right. She's just always been there when I have a question or when I'm struggling with something, I can go to her.
That's great.
That's awesome. One of the other programs that you've been involved in is the mentor program. How has your experience been through that program, and what would you like to, how has it affected you as a leader, being a mentor?
So I had my first mentor when I was in freshman year, obviously, and at first I was kind of I might not need a mentor, but I didn't know what I was getting into with high school, and I really needed her, and I thank her for everything that she did. She helped me steer me in the right direction in terms of my studies and my work ethic and things like that, and I just wanted to be that person for somebody else. So I think it's helped me in terms of leadership, like being able to like show someone like my values and trying to like incorporate their interests and their values and trying to like bring them together and show them like the importance of like hard work and just like stepping out of your comfort zone and just staying in the right path and the right direction.
That's exactly the point of that program. So I'm glad that's what you took away from it. That's wonderful.
That's fantastic. Well, our time is up. So I want to say on behalf of the Rotary Club, which sponsors the program, and Chelmsford High administration, say congratulations on being one of Hawthorne Students of the Month.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
We're proud
you
of
so
you.
much.
Thank you. I'd like to turn it back over to Dean Blagg to introduce the second student of the month from Hawthorne.
Thanks, Principal Murray. I'm really excited to introduce Liam Martin as April Student of the Month. Liam is an outstanding student, typically a straight A student who really has challenged himself with a number of high-level courses, high rigor, a lot of science and math, and he's really excelled. He's a member of our National Honor Society. On top of that, he's been a great contributing member of our community. He's a member of our freshman mentor program and is an executive board member this year, really helping to develop that program to usher in our freshmen, make them feel part of our community. And he's also a three-sport athlete. He's done golf, he's done ski, which he's been a captain of, and he's on the lacrosse team currently, and is one of their stars on the team. So he's just a great all-around athlete, great kid, very invested, and just very empathetic kid, very welcoming and inclusive. He's going to go on to do great things at Wentworth Institute of Technology. He's also going to play lacrosse in college as well, and he's going to study biomedical engineering. So the future is very bright for Liam.
Yeah, I want to talk about biomedical engineering. That is specific. What got you interested in that?
So I have family members with a rare genetic disease, and he's in a like mechanical wheelchair for life. So seeing that and seeing what he had to go through as a little kid and trying to make his life better is just kind of one of those things that was triggered that thought of like maybe I could go do that. And then my dad works in the biotech field, and seeing all of his new companies and new drugs that his other like partners are coming out with just kind of triggered like, okay, maybe I want to go do this. And then I saw some of the stuff he did, and I was like, all right, this is what I want to do.
Wow, makes sense. It's a great school.
Sure is. Let's talk a little bit about the mentor program. You're a 2-year member, and you're also on the executive board. What's your big takeaway from being a mentor and also being mentored as a freshman?
Honestly, it was probably one of the better things that's come and actually happened to me in the school. Like having a mentor was always good, but it's like always the person you could go to. It was almost a built-in best friend as soon as you came into the school. And then even working with it as I got older, I was like, wow, people actually understand what it's like to be in a spot of like, okay, this is new, I don't know what's going on. So having that aspect of having that friend and that person to go to was awesome. And then becoming that person was even better. Because you almost become a leader and a role model, and even if it's just one person, it changes a lot because other people will then follow that.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
You've been involved so much in Chelmsford High School, your academics, after school type work. What is something that stands out in your mind, a memory that when you leave here, you say, I'm really glad I was part of that, or I was glad I was participating?
I mean, with sports, it's definitely our MVC title in my sophomore year. There was no better feeling than being part of a team than actually winning that. It's been probably 20 years since we've won one, so having that was probably my best memory.
I can see that.
Nice. Sticking with athletics, as it is a big part of who you are and what you do, what are some of the lessons that you take from being an athlete? One of the things that, obviously will transcend beyond the field into your personal life, your professional life.
Definitely never giving up, having that perseverance aspect. Like you can go down 2 or 3 goals in a game and have to dig your way back out, and if you give up, you already lost at that point. There's no return of, okay, I can try and do this. You have to just keep going, going, and going. And then definitely the brotherhood family aspect, being that together as a team. You're not just one individual. You wear your actual name on your back, but you're not playing for yourself. You're playing for your team and your teammates and your coach.
Certainly.
Are there any classes that stood out that you said, hey, I'd recommend this class for an incoming freshman?
Freshman year, definitely take woodshop. It's one of the most cool classes you can take. It's a free creative class where you can do what you want. You have set limits on what you can use, but it's whatever you really want to design you can do.
What did you make?
So far, I've built a table, built a couple really cool signs. I'm in the process of making a fishing rod holder right now. So
Good for you.
it's been solid so far.
Well, our time is up. So I want to say congratulations on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, which sponsors the program, and congratulations in Chelmsford High administration. We're proud of you and
Thank
being
you.
one of the students of the month.
Congratulations,
much.
Liam. Good job.
Wish you best of luck the rest of the year.
I appreciate it.
I'd like to introduce Dean MacNeil, the Dean of Emerson House, to introduce her students of the month.
Our first student of the month is Olivia Hall. Olivia, you're our student of the month for April. We're so proud of you. A question for you. You've done so much while you've been here. You've taken a wide variety of classes. You've played athletics. You're in a bunch of clubs. What thing have you been involved in outside the classroom that has been the most valuable to your career here?
I would like to say something that I've been involved in outside the classroom. I know I kind of said sports, but I would say sports just because all of the guidance from the coaches and the upperclassmen when I was younger, they really helped me to become who I am today. And all of the girls are all still like my best friends and everything like that. And I've met so many people that I never thought that I would ever hang out with, and it's just been awesome.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Please do.
You're a three-season athlete, soccer, track, and lacrosse. Which one do you kind of put the most time into, or where do you see, which one are you bringing with you when you leave high school?
I think I would have to say lacrosse because I am playing in college, but I definitely put a lot of time into that. But I would say track as well. Like the track family it's an awesome family. It's a great place to be. The track coaches put their heart and soul into the program, and everyone respects them and gives the same back to them. So I'd say it's an awesome environment.
Yeah, you make a difference in kids' lives, and you were talking at the Student of the Month breakfast about one of your experiences here in school with Mr. Garante and the unified PE class.
Yep.
Can you explain what that is? Because it's making a big impact, and it sounded like it made an impact with you too.
Yeah, so it's definitely been my favorite class here. So what it really is, it brings the students with disabilities and special needs together with some of the other kids, and we get to work more one-on-one with them, and we kind of learn, like, each student is very unique, and you kind of learn like a unique way to adapt to each student based on their needs, and it really brings us together, and they've all become like my best friends, and I love it.
That's so cool.
And you've done that, and that kind of led you to the PAVE internship, and which you did for class, right?
Yeah, so I had to drop one of my classes, but my G block class I was going in last term, and I would go into their classroom every G block, and I would work in the classroom with them.
And now you're doing an internship?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you talk about what you're doing with that?
Yeah, so I'm doing it part-time for the last 6 weeks of my senior year, and basically I just go in, there's a couple of other interns in there, and we just work really closely one-on-one with the students. Like, for example, I spend a lot of time sitting with them when we correct like writing, and we go over like how to pronounce things. There's a lot of like speech involved. There's also a lot of basic like life skills involved that we go over a lot, and I've actually learned a lot from it too. And it's awesome just seeing the kids like grow and develop and where they're at today since we're coming to the end of the year. I've noticed a huge growth in all of them over the past 2 years, and it really makes me happy.
Wow. You're involved in so much in the school here, inside and outside of school. When you go to college next year, I know you're going to have a full plate of classes and lacrosse. What else would you be doing, or what else would get your interest when you're not taking classes and not playing lacrosse?
Yeah, so I've been looking into this. I've been really excited about this. Merrimack, where I'm going, they have a lot of community service programs and a lot of volunteer opportunities where after school they take kids to, like Lawrence is right down the street, they'll take some kids in and do some volunteering in Lawrence classrooms. In local Best Buddies programs, they actually bring them into the school where we can work with them and do activities with them and stuff like that. So I'm definitely interested in getting into the Best Buddies program at Merrimack and any like community service and volunteering that I can do outside of the classroom. They do like a town-wide like cleanup day. They send all the Merrimack students to do that, and they also do, they send us to some classrooms, like I said, to work with some of the students in the local schools like Andover, North Andover, and Lawrence, and we pack lunches and stuff like that. So I'm really excited for that.
Cool.
So we know Unified has been your most impactful class, but if you could pick one staff member that's been the most impactful in your 4 years, who would you pick and why?
I think I would have to say Mr. Grenty, just because freshman year I had him as a teacher, as a soccer coach, and then I've had him as a track coach as well. So I had him for 2 sports. I had him in class 3 years, and he has been so helpful to me. I throw so many things at him last minute, and he just still finds a way to guide me and help me through everything, and he's always been there for me, and he knows my limits, but he knows like how to push me to those limits, and I think he's really one of the reasons why I've been so successful in high school, and he's awesome. So yeah, shout out to him for that.
Well, our time is up. So on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club and the Chelmsford High Administration, I want to say congratulations on being one of Emerson House's Students of the Month. We're really proud of you.
Thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Good job. Congrats.
Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
I'd like to turn it back to Dean MacNeil to introduce the second Student of the Month from Emerson House.
Our second Student of the Month for April is Maeve Slattery. Maeve, congratulations. Thank you for being here. Maeve, you've taken a ton of AP and honors classes. You've put yourself out there in clubs and programs. If you could think about one of the things you've done outside the classroom that has been the most meaningful for your 4 years, what program or activity would you say that is?
I think definitely Best Buddies. I like spending time with the kids, and we do like fun stuff like arts and crafts, and just like being able to talk to them is like really joyful.
What I learned about you, which I didn't know, at the Student of the Month breakfast is that you're basically a Kung Fu expert.
Yeah.
Like that. So what got you interested in Kung Fu, and then what have you taken from Kung Fu that has really helped you be so successful in life?
Well, my brother started off doing Kung Fu, and I would go and watch his classes, and I thought it was really cool, so I wanted to join as well. So I started to do it, and then like when I got older, I actually started teaching the younger kids, and so I think it really helps with like my public speaking and like being able to like teach the little kids and being able to like help them and like look up for them to look up to me.
Is that nearby you do it or no?
Yes, it's in Billerica.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So besides Kung Fu, I know you've done piano for a long time. Is that something you see taking to college, doing some piano in college, or is that just a hobby at home?
It's more of just like a hobby. I kind of do it just for like my own enjoyment, but I do take piano lessons like every week too.
Oh, sorry.
If you think of your years here, is there any staff member that stood out that you said, hey, I'm glad that was a great experience I had, and it made my time here enjoyable?
Yeah, Mr. Zopes, I had him in freshman year for speech and debate, and then sophomore year for history. And I think especially my freshman year, when I was more of like a shy kid, he really helped me like come out of my shell. I took the honors level, so I had to be required to do 3 tournaments and participate in them. And I think it really helped with like my speaking, and so, yeah.
Besides the speech and the debate, out of all the other classes you've taken, have any of them kind of set you up for what you're thinking about doing in the future?
Yeah, I think so. I took a couple of electives as well. I'm more geared towards political science, so I took some civics and intro to criminal justice, and right now I'm taking gov class as well.
If you could talk to an 8th grader coming in, what would be the advice you'd give to them?
Be yourself. I definitely would say be yourself. I think it's really important not to like fear what other people think about you, because you'll have so much more fun just doing whatever you want.
That's wise.
That's really good. Maeve, so you're not sure where you're going next year. Mm-hmm. Are you looking locally, or are you looking to get out of Massachusetts?
Looking more to get out of Massachusetts. There's 2 colleges that I'm looking at right now. There's Ithaca and Muhlenberg, and those are both like 6.5 hours away.
So close enough to drive, but like your parents can't show up every weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you look forward to the most in going to college?
Meeting new people. I want to be able to see new faces and make new connections, and like.
And that'll come easy for you.
Maeve, were you, so I told you we just got to know each other through this process. Miss Kelly brought up all these wonderful things about you, but you're so humble. Were you surprised when we brought you upstairs?
I honestly was. I was a little surprised. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Well, you're a wonderful student, and we've had just nothing but great things of everybody asked about you, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And when you go to school, what's something that you're going to do outside of your academics that's going to recharge you, that something you look, a hobby or something that excites you?
Well, I know some colleges do these Special Olympics things, which is kind of similar to Best Buddies. So I hope to do something like that, or if the college doesn't have that, I hope to like make a club of my own for that. But.
That's great. Well, Maeve, our time is up. So on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, which sponsors this program, and the Chelmsford High Administration, so congratulations on being one of Emerson House's Students of the Month. We're really proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce the Dean of Whittier House, Dean John MacIsaac, to introduce his students of the month.
Thank you, Principal Murray. Our first student of the month is Chance Drewicz. Chance is a senior here and currently enrolled in AP Statistics, AP Spanish, AP Art and Drawing, Graphic Design, Senior Odyssey, Pre-Calculus, and Business and Marketing. Chance is a member of the National Honor Society, the World Language Honor Society, and the National English Honor Society. Chance is a member of the Freshman Mentor Program, the Give Club, and the ASL Club here at the high school. She's also the Vice President of the Freshman Mentor Executive Board that's in charge of the Freshman Mentor Program that guides all the freshmen on the transition from 8th grade to 9th grade. She is also a fierce competitor on the court and on the fields, the track field, that is. So she's a 4-year letter winner for the girls volleyball team. She was the MVP this past year and a first-team all-conference participant. And for indoor and outdoor track, she's been recognized as the Field Athlete of the Year and also a Scholar Athlete. They had their first meet last night, and she got some points with the team, so congrats on that.
Thank you.
And I just found out she's also big into the pole vault scene. So she does her triple jump and her high jump, but also pole vaults here at the high school. Outside of CHS, she's done some work volunteering at the Cambridge Tangso Do as a karate teacher, which I'm actually going to ask some questions about. Done some work at the Paul Center for the spring cleanup, and then professionally she works as a model outside of CHS. Next year, she plans on taking a gap year, pursuing her modeling career, and then wherever that will lead her in the future, she's going to be a great success. So welcome, Chance.
Thank you.
So kind of walk us through your high school experience. Obviously, from 9th grade on, you've been a very, very prestigious volleyball player here. I know we just talked about Coach Egger, too. He's been here the whole time and kind of led you along the way. Volleyball, sports, and academics. Kind of wrap it all into one.
Yeah, so I've always kind of been into athletics. So I knew coming into high school I wanted to be part of sports. I actually did softball though coming into high school, so track was something new for me. Mr. Grante actually like roped me in. He was like, Chance, you need to do track, please, like do it. So after COVID hit, that's when I started doing track, because I was like, you know what, like why not give it a shot. And then volleyball I also picked up freshman year. That was something that I was like, I might as well give it a shot, and I ended up like loving it. I've loved all the athletics I've done, and like they've been a big part of my life at the high school, and just the teams and like everyone I've been a part of has been so amazing. So that's been like one of my favorite parts about being here. And as far as clubs, I've kind of like dabbled in a bunch of different clubs, mainly because I just wanted to try to explore like all the different avenues. So, like I got involved in the sign language club. I had done it a little bit in like 8th grade, and then once I found out there was a club and then a class, that was something that I was super interested in for a while. The only reason I stopped doing that was because I literally don't have time to fit it all in.
Sure.
But I do love that. And then community service as well. That was the Give Club. And it's just like, it was such a great community. Like it was easy to they make it so easy to have these opportunities to get involved in these different places.
Very good. Obviously, you crushed in the classroom with the honor societies and
Thank
great
you.
works. So that can't be overlooked, but it's very clear you've done quite well. The Cambridge Tangso Do.
Yes.
Have you taken karate? And obviously, you're teaching it. And I was actually
Yes.
very interested when I read that about on your resume.
Yeah, so I've done karate since I was, I think, like 5. I started
Awesome.
karate. So I started in taekwondo, which is like the more common kind of like,
Yeah.
if you ask someone, they probably do taekwondo. And I did that from like 5 to maybe like 11-ish. And then I switched over because my mom actually does karate too.
Okay.
So she was a teacher at a school in Cambridge. And so I went to school in Tewksbury, did taekwondo. But I was kind of at an age where the only option was for me to train with like really little kids or grown men. So there wasn't really like an in-between for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she ended up transferring me to the school that she taught at because there was just kind of more balance there. So that's Tang Soo Do, and that's like what Chuck Norris did. Like that was his kind of like avenue. So that's what I do now. So I've done it basically since then. And then the teaching is more like I'll help with like the little kids and like run stuff. And yeah, so we have competitions like every year. And it's been really great.
So cool. So obviously, I know, over the past couple of summers, you've done a lot of traveling for your modeling, and then in the future, you plan to do this, not extensively, but, taking up a lot of your time.
Yes, I hope
Kind of tell us what's in the future for you, like
Yeah.
what are you hoping to do? We had a great chat out there.
So I
about
am hoping
goals.
to make modeling my full-time career, at least as of now, because obviously it's a limited time frame, but that is what I hope to do for now. I've had some great experiences traveling and like kind of setting up for my future. So like this summer I'll be traveling to get more experience for working. So the goal is Fashion Week in the fall, and then from there kind of continuing to work. After modeling, I do hope to go to school at some point, whether it's online in classes, like whatever it is. I do hope to at some point do that. And then I want to go into some sort of business avenue because I think it kind of works well with each other, and I'll have so many contacts from it.
Yes, I'm sure you could
So
probably
I do hope to have modeling be a full-time career, and then after that,
Good for you.
Awesome.
We'll see where it goes.
That's awesome.
Well, our time is up, and I want to say on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, congratulations. On behalf of the Chelmsford High Administration, congratulations on being one of Whittier House's Students of the Month.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Congrats.
Now, I turn it back over to Dean MacIsaac again to introduce the second Student of the Month from Whittier House.
Thank you, Principal Murray. Our second student of the month is Analia O'Connor. Analia is currently enrolled in dual enrollment Senior Odyssey, AP Environmental Science, which she's studying for before this taping, Quantitative Reasoning, Honors International Relations, Sociology, Health, and AP Psychology. Analia is a member of the National Honor Society and the Science National Honor Society. At CHS, Analia is a member of the Interact Club, the Give Club, and the Book Club called Book Talk, which she is a co-founder of. She's also a varsity participant on the cross-country, indoor, and outdoor track team, so she has a passion for running here at the high school and representing us well. Outside of CHS, she does a lot of volunteering, top soccer, Chelmsford PTO, Seed of Hope. She's done some volunteer work at the graduation, through the Interact Club, and with Girl Scouts of America. Currently, Analia is working multiple jobs, and she does a little work at Kimball's, and there's some babysitting and stuff on the side. Next year, she plans to attend a college, pretty local, but hasn't made her final decision yet, and hopes to study psychology and become a mental health counselor. Welcome, Analia.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very interested in this book club.
Yes.
Called Book Talk, and kind of what you do with that program here at the high school and with the little kids.
Yeah, so this was something that we begun, I think, last year. I don't remember when, but it was like around the middle of the year. And we worked with Miss Key, and she got us a bunch of books that we are reading, and a lot of times we'll just have like a little group. It's mostly our friend groups, but there's also some people that like come in every once in a while. And we'll talk about the book, we bring snacks, and then we also go down to the Lion's Den preschool, and we will occasionally read to the kids there, and it's just like, it's a lot of fun. It's super cute.
That's awesome. And you're taking advantage of those opportunities. So this year, Analia is doing the senior capstone and currently doing an internship at, which school are you at, Analia?
Harrington.
Working with, obviously, our students here at Chelmsford, the Harrington Elementary School. How's that going? I just spoke to your teacher and supervisor. She said you're killing it.
Oh, that's
doing a
awesome.
great job. But how's that experience so far, and what do you think?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm so glad I did it. I feel like I'm learning so much, and even though like I don't know if elementary education is where I want to go, I'm just learning so much about kids because I do eventually want to work with kids. And they just brighten my day when they give me a hug, and Miss Hardy's amazing, so it's a lot of fun overall.
That's nice to hear. Obviously, running is very important to you. And yesterday, when
Yes.
you spoke at the breakfast, you spoke very highly of Mrs. Blagg, who's
Yes.
kind of been with you from start to finish, whether it's obviously in class or
In
running the trails or on the track. What has kind of track and running done for you, and like how do you feel your involvement in the programs have benefited to your success?
Yeah, I feel like both cross country and track have like really showed me that like I'm much stronger than I think. It's all about mentality, and I think that she's been there throughout my whole like career, and even when I like feel like I can't do it, she's always there like, you know, she's like, you can do this, like you got this, you're much stronger than you think, and she's the one that believes in me when I don't necessarily believe in if I can finish the last like 400 of a race, so she's great.
It's good to hear. Mental health counselor.
Yes.
How have we kind of ended in that direction of our path?
Yes.
As a career choice, possibly?
Yeah, so I think like a lot of people in my life have been mental health counselors and social workers, and I think it's somewhere like it's been something that I've always wanted to do, and I think just watching like especially my class right now in first grade and watching like the IP meetings and all that stuff, it really shows me like that's something definitely that I'm passionate about. And yeah, it's been just amazing being able to sit in talking to the parents, talking about the disabilities and ways that we can like help them achieve like in the classroom. So it's been really fun.
It's good to hear.
And thinking about your 4 years here, what's one experience you'd say, hey, I wish other kids could experience the same thing I did?
It was definitely my exchange trip to Spain. That was awesome. That was really great. I went there with Miss Nolette and Miss Farinetti and a bunch of other kids from CHS, and I really got to see a lot of like parts of southern Spain with the school, and I made connections there with my host family, and yeah, it was awesome.
That's excellent. Well, believe it or not, our time is up.
Oh, wow.
So on behalf of the Rotary Club, who sponsors the program, and the Chelmsford High Administration, congratulations on being one of Whittier House's Students of the Month.
Thank you so much.
This concludes our latest edition of Lions Pride. I want to thank our deans for their thoughtful words and beautiful summaries of each recipient. I would also like to thank the Chelmsford Rotary Club for their unending support of this great program. Congratulations to all of this month's Students of the Month. On behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary and the deans, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.